Hello.
Nice.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Oh, hey, there's an Eric.
There is an
Nice.
Eric.
Yep, I'm here.
There's also a Dave on guitar.
There is.
Reporting.
We're getting some accompaniment tonight.
No.
The Star Trek sing-along.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
It's a musical this week.
Yeah.
The musical episode.
Make
Don't
it
stretch me
so,
that
make
much,
it so, make it so.
Oh, God. Anyhow,
Bravo.
hi. Welcome to Star
Yeah.
Trek Lexington, Last of the Line, the non-musical version, I'm sorry to say.
Well,
Aw.
for now.
Well, we don't know that.
We can't promise there won't be spontaneous singing.
Oh, my
I
picture's not up.
We're gonna drop.
But
the
well, your
possible.
picture is a thing, so it hold on a second. Let me show.
It's an old chair. Come on.
So look, this is what happens
not
when I show
just
your
a cool
picture.
chair.
It takes
That's
up
why. That's why your
quarter of
picture
the
is
screen.
You know, it really does feel good not being the one that takes up 80% of the screen.
I don't know why screen share options do that. This is just a thing about the website apparently. But yeah.
Hey, Tim, why don't you tell them about Extra Life?
Yeah, so about that Extra Life. So we play for a number of reasons, and one of the reasons that we play is to raise money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. I think Nightbot works now. Let's see. Yes! The link is there. Okay. So that link that I just posted in the chat will take you to the Rabbit Haberdashery Extra Life fundraising team. And the team is all of us who are part of this community that are raising money for Extra Life that have chosen to join our team rather than joining a different one. Nice! So yeah, we are raising for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Every cent raised goes straight to the hospital, is used for charitable care, is used for equipment, is used for things that make the stay at the hospital more comfortable and enjoyable for the kids. And in general, it's a really good cause, and we're really excited to do it. So head over there, go ahead and make a donation. You can donate to the team or to individual members of the team. I don't know what happens if you donate to the team, but if you donate to individual members, every cent of your donation goes to the hospital. There's no overhead costs associated with Extra Life. That's covered through a different system. So we have currently on our team Norfolk, San Diego, Buffalo, Boston, Bay State. I think that's it right now. But we'll see. Add your hospital if you like. Go to that link and you can donate to our page. You can also join Extra Life and raise money for your hospital. And if you want to, you can be part of our team. So, and help us, raise money as a group. And obviously this link would direct people to your page as well if you join our team. So, anyway, that is Extra Life. That is a good cause that we are excited about. So I would encourage you to do that. And also, thank you to Eric for subscribing, or renewing your subscription, I guess, is more accurate. We got a few people that are doing that, and I'm very excited about that. And you can too. For free if you use Prime Gaming.
I was your first subscriber.
That's true. That's true. Dave was our first subscriber.
Well,
Not that
you can't
not that there's any
unsubscribe now, otherwise you lose your streak. So you have to maintain that title.
We'll see. Yeah, I'll try to.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I get the drift because, with Prime subscriptions, you have to wait for the day to end before you can resubscribe. It's kind of dumb that you can't resubscribe early with Prime.
Yeah, because with the regular subscription, it'll give you... Well, either way, it gives you notification like a week in advance. Hey, your subscription's about to end. You should renew it. But, if you want to use your Prime subscription, the option to do so does not show up until your subscription lapses. So, But if you have a regular subscription that you pay directly for, you can renew it early.
It's because Amazon wants to give you as little as money as possible and they're getting a percentage of all of the actual paid subscriptions.
Yeah.
So it benefits them.
Yeah, so remember, if you subscribe with Prime, you not only help our channel do cool things, you screw Jeff Bezos a little bit. And who doesn't like that?
Aren't we streaming on Twitch, which is owned by Amazon?
Yeah, we are. And that bald asshole can deal with it.
Anyhow, back to Star Trek. Hi, Tribble.
I don't know.
Tribble,
I think
oh,
this should become a talking, just chatting Steve tonight.
I want to get this damn story over with.
We're going to talk about the OGL, we're going to talk about Jeff Bezos, we're going to talk about Elon Musk.
Oh, God.
Welcome to Rabbit Haver Hot
Piqued my
Takes.
interest
What's your
now.
opinion on this movie?
Hey, what did you guys, real quick before we start, did you guys, Eric and Cornelius, so these guys were discussing the possibility of doing a show that would be on the channel, separate from this particular show. Have you guys decided on what that would be yet? Because last we talked about it, there were a few options on the table. I don't know if Eric... I see Eric's mouth moving occasionally, the cartoon mouth, but never hear anything.
Yeah, he might have mic issues. Well, we were probably planning on doing the whole Road to Oblivion idea that he had.
Can you hear me now?
There
Yes,
we
we
go.
can.
Ah. Go for it. Keep going, Coinless. I can hear you. The entire time.
No, that's fine. You can pick it up. I was expecting
Oh,
you
okay.
your master plan.
So yes, we did a test stream the other night, and it worked out well. And we're gonna start a little series called
On
Road
this
to
channel?
Oblivion.
Or no,
That's
okay.
what we're gonna need your help. But the goal is to
Okay.
incorporate it into this channel. But we'll need to talk to you offline about
Yeah.
technical logistics.
Logistics.
But we figured out how to do it without. So far, we can do it without you being there, which makes it makes us a little more flexible.
That would be good.
And we
so,
record it,
but
so I don't know.
well, there's options.
Yeah.
But we'll talk to you offline about that. But yes, we were planning what we're going to call the Road to Oblivion, which is Sentinels in the Multiverse. We're going to go through kind of a ladder style of playing all the heroes and against all the villains, and then we're hoping at some point to end with a extra life event. This is separate than the extra life event that we normally do as a bigger group.
Right.
To play against Oblivion, who, for lack of better, it's their version of Thanos. So you throw all the heroes and some of the villains that become heroes, because he's the bigger bad, and try to take down Oblivion.
Whoa! Spoilers!
I didn't say he does it. I didn't say
No, I'm
Ant-Man
talking about
expands himself.
villains
and
that
then-
become heroes.
Yes, but you don't know which ones become
So yeah,
heroes.
and that will be it's usually about 3 to 4 hours to try to take on Oblivion. So we'll do that as an extra life event, separate than ours.
Nice.
Me and Coinless will be doing this as a regular thing, and it's an open invite to anyone else that has Sentinels Multiverse. You can jump in and be a couple heroes. You can be regulars, you can be not, but we're gonna throughout the year. So we're kind of hoping that will kind of maybe near extra life event day. We'll do
You
that.
are welcome to, if you... Oh, hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
It's still
Hello?
working.
Uh-oh, Jeff Bezos
So-
is shutting him down right now. He's getting the phone call. He's like, Bezos says, shut her down.
Hi.
It
Oh,
wasn't
do you
what he
have
said.
a-
It was actually, it's like
Nah,
we
it's
mentioned
Musk.
Sentinels of the Multiverse, and Bezos hates
Eric-
that.
What's that?
Do you have a night in mind that you'll be doing
We have
this?
not figured that out, and we're going to try to publish the schedule ahead of time. It may not be the same night every night, but last night me and Coinless got together to do it, so it's probably the same time as normal game night, but obviously not the same day. So
Right.
we'll figure that out as we go along. But yeah, we'll put it in Discord and all that good stuff.
Cool.
We got a few other things we're cooking up. But that one's probably the ready for showtime, because essentially yesterday we did a full test run,
Awesome.
and it worked out pretty good.
Now you
What do
are...
you think, Coinless?
Yeah, I mean, we're still getting to work some stuff out, but that's for in the future.
Now, I want you to know that if you or any of the other guys here that are do a show as part of the Rabbit Haberdashery Network, you are allowed to source players from outside of like this group. Like the Rabbit Haberdashery community is just whoever is part of what we're doing and the Discord and stuff. So if you end up having like a friend or two that you want to bring into that isn't normally on our streams and they're okay with being on stream, that's up to you. That's your show.
All right, sounds good.
Eric and Quentin don't have friends outside of us, so
Nope, nope.
it's not a problem.
You guys are the quality ones. We don't
Yeah.
speak of the other ones.
That's
Oh boy.
Anyway.
Wait a minute.
Anyway, there's another. There's
Him of quality?
no. There's another show that's gonna be happening like right now. So let's get to that.
Let's do Star Trek
The
for now.
Tremors.
Yes.
Let's do Star Trek. Hi guys, welcome to Star Trek Lexington, Last of the Line. How you doing? Good, good. Okay. So brief recap. Last time Tim saved the day with a shuttle, and now people are trying to figure out what to do. And start.
He didn't land the shuttle on me.
Last
though.
That's
time.
true, I did. Last time on
Yeah,
Star Trek
Bobby.
Lexington.
Hero's
Eric
gonna
shot a
use
dude
Trek-
right in the face.
Killed him
And he
dead.
died.
With
Yeah.
his
You
left
guys are
hand.
still haven't met
Right, yeah,
that.
left.
With his offhand.
Southpaw. Southpaw. the
He
entire
didn't
time.
shoot Harkin in the face, though.
No, in fact, he's gonna tend to. He would like to do some first aid for Harkin to,
Okay.
as
Oh,
well
I think
as
I'll see.
contact guy, Orion contact guy. So what roles
Missed
do
3 weeks from retirement.
Yeah.
I?
He's too old for this.
Murtaugh did.
He's got a drinking problem. Gotta make sure
Well,
his daughter
he's-
can safe get out of this.
He was having a breathing problem a second ago, so like, it's a step up. So I got 10 in first aid. So you know, if I nat 1 it, I mean I'm okay with negative consequences happening here.
99. 99. Come on.
Well, you're only stunned, so I don't think you're too serious.
He
I
could
made it
make
worse.
it worse with the 99. You never know.
That's true. He can
I wonder
just
if you
straight.
roll 100 if you just like trip over and accidentally like fire your taser at him.
All right, Trip, what do you got? I can't hear Trip at all. I don't know if this is just a me
I
thing.
don't think he's talking.
He hasn't said
Mhm.
I see words.
Oh
I see his
wait,
mouth
now
moving.
I can't hear him either. Actually,
I can't hear him either.
Nope.
nothing.
Nope.
Nope. Oh, this is gonna be a rough episode. He's gonna do sign language the entire time.
Yep.
Or Wile
Which
E. Coyote
means he,
style.
last
he
thing we heard
can't-
him-
He can't like say no to
There
a
you go.
negative effect on me.
There I
Damn it.
am. Okay.
Got worried there for a
Dave.
second.
Dave,
Great
rein
start.
in the chaos. Okay. All right, Eric. So you're rolling an average of 70 and 10.
70 and 10.
And a
Okay.
40.
So that's
I think
40.
that's 40.
Yeah, that's 40. Oh wow! Oh, one
Oh!
away. One away from.
You killed
You
him!
called it.
So
No,
is
yeah,
Harkin
yeah.
dead now?
He ain't dead.
No,
He's-
he's just hurting more than he was before. He's waking up with like a migraine or something. I
No,
don't know.
Basically your
When
first
did I
aid,
acquire a stab wound?
your first aid was
Uh,
slapping him
when you were out.
repeatedly. So
Wake up!
and it didn't work. So
In fairness, I'm the gunslinger of the group. I'm not the medic. That's what you get. I shot him in the toe. He didn't wake up.
Pinky toe.
So that
Man,
didn't
if it was a 99, he used his phaser instead of like a laser
no,
scalpel.
it would have had to have been a 100. It's literally a 100. It's the highest you can roll.
I was 2 clicks shy of it. That's pretty damn
Yes,
close. I'm just
That
saying.
was pretty damn close. I'd have had to do something.
I'm just a killer. That's what it boils down to. I'm just a
Yeah.
killer, whether I want to
Sure.
Try
Yeah,
harder
hold up.
next time.
With his offhand, he kills. When he tries to help,
That's
he
right.
kills.
Oh, first aid with my dominant hand. That's a good guy.
There's the
Yeah,
problem.
My right hand destruction. in
Can
my
he
left
try?
hand.
Can he try first hand with his offhand now?
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you want to take a negative 15 and try it again.
Yes.
Honest. Wait.
Right.
Do it! Do it!
Wait, is
do
that
it!
a -5 chance of success?
No, slightly better though. It was slightly
Yeah.
better.
Yep,
than
that's
the
true.
previous
Doesn't
fire,
work.
Probably.
Oh no, it's a 1.
There was a 97% chance that he was going to roll better. So
Hero just looks at Harkin and goes, he'll recover on his own time. Just kind of and puts away the first aid kit and goes, that's you know.
Well,
I'm gonna
actually,
quit while I'm
now that I
ahead.
think about it, you're not in a dangerous situation, so 10 means you can just do it if you have time.
I mean, this is technically
is
true,
true.
but might
That is
take
true.
some time though.
Well, it's time where we're flying, right? Like,
Well, how casually
No,
are you
you'd
flying?
landed. You'd landed by the. Remember, you flew there in like 6 seconds. So
yeah. So I want to
it's
get
not-
everybody in, yeah, and let's go back, and we can deal with this there.
So you've
Hero
already
will
made it.
say, hey,
All
are we
right.
going to pick up his kid? And point to the Orion that's passed out.
Where is his kid?
Do we know where he is?
she.
No, that's Hero would be looking like, no, that's why I was trying to wake him up.
Okay, so let's deal with that.
Out of character, I don't think I know where his kid is. Do I?
No,
He's
no
a-
one here
No,
knows.
I don't think anyone here knows.
He never.
Well, why don't we
mentioned
take
it.
him to? Can we fly him to Dr. Frankenstein and see if he can wake him up?
You have literally a medic that has a
Yeah.
medical officer who has not done a thing yet.
That's what I was.
Yeah,
that's
it's
what I was
because no one's
thinking.
picked me up. I'm still
Because it's-
standing in the desert.
No,
Because
what?
it's
No.
actual- no,
you
it's
went
actual
back to the
medicine.
shuttle, and you went back to the shuttle parking area, and that's where we are now.
Okay, because I remember last time we left off is you're picking everybody up, and then you're beginning to fly towards where the rest of us were.
Yeah, but that
We
takes
hadn't
no
gotten
time
there
at
yet.
all. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's like, hey, okay. So do you want me to fix him?
No weird medical stuff. Just wake him up.
Yeah, I mean, might as well.
Contemplating this heavily, but like,
Can I just use like a medical
shot.
tricorder to just like wake
Give
him
him
up,
once over.
scan him?
Smelling salts, that type of thing.
Doesn't the tricorder only tell you what is wrong, not
Should I make a roll, or can I
actually
just say that
fix
like
them?
with my basic skills, I'm able to stabilize him and then wake him up without much issue?
With
you have
your
a little
being-
hypo spray thingy that does
Yeah.
the work. It's not the
you
tricorder.
having the specialized tools to do it, yes, you could just do it. Because Eric didn't have like what he actually needed to do it, except the back of his pimp hand, and that didn't work. The pimp
that-
hand is
Didn't work.
Is his
I
pimp
tried.
hand
I
the
tried
left or
both.
the right?
Both pimp hands.
Apparently,
Question.
it's usually the offhand, right? So
Well, in my case, is the offhand the wrong hand?
it's the
But-
right hand. Anyhow,
This will perplex my character for quite some time.
all right. So who did you try to wake up first?
Harkin first.
I tried to wake up Harkin first, and then I moved on. So I haven't rolled for. I haven't rolled for actual Orion contact guy.
Well, you don't need to roll for either because.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is an automatic for you. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Sorry, it's an automatic for coinless.
Yeah, it's automatic. Got it.
Just like
Points,
punch,
yeah.
just like punch Harkin, walk away. I like res him, and now you're gonna go to the next guy. I'm like, right behind you.
All right,
The other scouts.
all right. So Harkin is waking up. You're gonna have one hell of a headache. I mean, just imagine like all the nerves in your body just kind of went off at once.
Harkin's
when you
gonna
got
be
shot.
like, my medical tag said do not resuscitate.
You weren't dead completely.
You were taking a nap,
Plus, I
dude.
don't care.
Inconvenient.
I don't- Didn't ask, don't care. That's
Your lips
Alright,
didn't move
and,
to say no, so I just assumed that I could resurrect you.
all right. So
Medical ethics,
this-
what?
Medical ethics, what? So Boral is gonna wake up, holding his head, going, "Oh God, am I dead? I wish I was dead. That would be better than this." And I open an eye,
Harkin
see all you
will
guys.
thoroughly agree with him.
See him like, "Oh, we escaped. Damn,
So who's
I
this
didn't
guy?
expect that."
Did you kidnap him? I just looked to the party.
You would recognize him. He's the inspector we met at the embassy.
It doesn't change the fact that you could have kidnapped him.
He came willingly after he got shot.
Wasn't
didn't
it already
say no.
established that like fish can't differentiate between like
Well, that's just Cations.
species,
That's just
like
feline
within the
aphasia.
species?
It's just feline aphasia.
That's
Oh,
just
okay.
patience. It's feline.
This guy, I
Just
just,
Cations,
I
alright.
guess
Just
I met
me.
him once.
I'm the only one that he
It
can't
was
tell
just
the
like,
difference between.
so, wait, is this the guy that you mentioned with the whole, you need a daughter and a guy needs to kind of find a way to die, but not actually? make a clean slate for him. As I just asked to the party.
Wait, what?
He asked the party if this is the guy that we were talking about needing a
Oh yeah.
fake death.
Yes.
Well, you kind of got one. So,
So
but
Laurel's gonna
we
say.
do have. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go.
I was gonna, Hero's gonna say, but we do need to get his kid out. Because it's clear that he's not safe here.
I'm gonna say, yeah. It's pretty obvious that my the jig is up on this. So, oh God, we need to get my daughter, because if
Alright.
I'm not safe, she's not safe.
I'm gonna put a hand
Where
on
is
his
she?
shoulder. I'm gonna...
Right now, she should be at home,
Okay.
Okay.
You have
Where's
the
home?
coordinates to your house?
and he'll give you the coordinates and all that.
All right, I guess
Oh.
we'll fly over there then. Everybody
Yeah.
ready to go do that?
Also, Hero would be like, we still need to pick up the part, don't we? The whole thing why we're here in the first place?
Well, yeah, but we don't have access to that yet.
Because
Okay.
you're in a situation where I think the agreement was you got to do something for this guy before he gives you the part, right?
Well,
I have a
no.
question.
The
I get
agreement
what
was he's going to try to secure the part, and I'm going to try to secure what he wants from us, and we're going to meet in the morning.
Right.
And if
So
I
I have a
have what
question.
he wants, I get what I want.
Okay.
And
What
so
is-
this isn't something we can't like try and build by ourselves using 3D replicators. Like we can't like take small parts to build one.
Nah, otherwise the
We
Federation
we
would have done it
established a
themselves.
long time
Okay,
ago
yeah.
this part can't be made by us. It's
Okay. So I follow-up question. Anything else is fair game, right? Within non-lethal reason.
Anything else? What?
What,
I was gonna say, that's a
what are we
big,
talking
bold
about
statement
here?
there.
Yeah.
Well, this was meant to go into the whole me having a plan in order to fake their deaths.
Okay, so officially there are some things that cannot be replicated. Unofficially, there's some things that the GM won't allow to be replicated. So
I was going
That's-
basically. I was going to take some DNA samples and also just some like blueprints of their kind of biology, and I was gonna start 3D printing like sort of Orion parts, so I could make sort of like a meat puppet.
Wasn't cloning outlawed
Okay.
by
And
the
if I have
Federation
time,
a while
it
ago?
seems like a pretty short time.
Well, I don't think it counts as cloning if you just make
No.
it. You know,
Yeah.
someone's if you make an arm that's not directly affiliated with a specific person.
all right, I'll tell you this. That's something that you will be able to roll for when the time comes, but you're not actually there yet.
Basically,
you don't
can I make
have-
a prep to like take his DNA sample and get a general kind of like scan of his,
You know what?
Right,
Okay,
so-
so let's. All right, so the first roll is for whether or not the concept will even work. Then you'll, if it does work, when the time comes, you'll have to make rolls to see how well
luck
it
roll.
works. No. So
I gotta
That's-
push,
honestly, this one, this one is just straight up bio. So this is going to be average of intelligence and biotechnology. So this one is, you've got a good chance on this one.
Okay. Let me
Mhm.
just.
While
Double.
Fish is doing this, should we be flying to this guy's house to get his
Yes.
daughter?
You can be doing that, and it'll take you like almost no time because it's within the city.
Oh, okay.
So, is anyone after our shuttle? Hero would be like hitting the scanners and saying, like,
Doesn't look like it.
okay. Hero would ask Sorab, so what do we need to get in order to exchange for the part that we need? Do we know that, or he's just going to tell us tomorrow?
No, yeah, I need to actually make a phone call. Or I'm not gonna say phone call because that's not a thing they say in that time period. But I'm gonna say I need to actually send a message to somebody.
You want me to drive while you do that?
Sure.
They also don't say drive, but you know.
Well,
so-
By the time you've had that conversation, you're already there,
Yeah,
Like-
all right. At the house.
5-star
you're-
Uber.
or above the house.
All right, yeah,
Above
we'll
the house.
land. I'll
There's not really any place to land. It's like in the middle of a crowded block.
Hero will be
Were
like,
we not told that initially? Like,
No one asked.
well, I said we're gonna fly the shuttle over there, and he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way,
is
there's
there
no
room we
on-street
can kinda
parking."
land on?
Like that's the
Is
type
it
of
a-
thing that you just kind of
Hey,
say.
hey,
Is
give
it
the
an
guy some
apartment or is it a
slack.
house?
Give the guy some slack. He woke up literally 2 minutes ago with the worst headache you've ever seen. So
Yeah, but I usually
okay,
know where I live within 2 minutes of waking up.
with the worst headache you've ever seen.
Yeah, I have chronic
wanna-
migraines.
I want Tim
Well,
to roll
Tim,
for that
he's
BS
not
line.
you.
No, I know exactly where I am after.
I'm sorry, Tim. We can't all be as good as you. So
I know it's a curse.
He's not.
Well played,
Wait,
Tim,
guy?
well played.
He's not
The
used to
inspector?
having the worst headache he's ever
There you
seen.
go.
yes. All right, but fun
He's
fact.
constantly drunk. The guy's probably permanently hungover.
This
Come
this
on.
might be the most sober he's ever been.
I know.
That's true. That's the problem. That's the
Oh,
problem.
yeah.
You know,
That's the thing. He doesn't
his
get
mind's so
hangovers
clear,
anymore. That's
he doesn't
the
know what to
problem.
do with it. He's got too
He
many
doesn't-
thoughts running through his head.
All right, so fun fact though, there is you know how helicopters have like those ladders you can roll out the side, like rope
Yeah.
ladders? Yeah, there's one on the shuttle.
So, is it like an apartment with like a rooftop that we're landing on, or is it like a house?
We're not
with, like, a
landing.
front yard?
We're just
Oh, I
hovering.
know, but we're repelling, I guess, at this point. Or
Very conspicuously. Is there somewhere that I can park like a block away?
Let's give me a luck roll.
Me?
Oh,
Oh, God, are you serious? You want me to do a luck? You won't let him do a luck roll.
wait,
Oh,
shouldn't
wait.
that be a
Sorry,
That
navigation roll or
Robin
something?
stealth drive
have
would
a
have
one.
been really useful.
I have
Alright.
a 1. I'm averaging with a 1 if
no,
I
no.
do a luck
No, it
roll.
should be like a navigation, right? Like a small
Well, no,
shuttlecraft.
this is just determining
Shuttle
whether
pilot.
such a thing exists, because I haven't planned that. So this is just
Oh,
seeing,
God.
are you lucky enough that there is such a thing?
Alright.
And has a
Can-
Can I
one.
climb down the
Can
ladder? and
Coinless help me with a
fall?
luck check?
It's just
we
like
rolling for?
it's like a 4-leaf clover. You just like has
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
just, like,
I'm
grab
just
it.
gonna rub his head real quick before I look for it.
What are we
Uh.
rubbing?
Ooh.
What are we
To see
rolling
whether
for?
there's like a lot or something you can set the shuttle down in.
Oh,
Just somewhere safe to land
Ha!
that's nearby.
I win.
Like a coliseum where there's like, you know, gladiators going at it right now. Yeah, someplace
What
you
was
can
the
land.
what was the roll against?
I don't know.
What's
Luck?
your luck? You should be
Luck, just
I
pure
beat my
luck?
You know what? Screw it. There's a lot like 3 blocks away you can land in.
There we go. All right, I'm gonna land, and I'll keep an eye on the shuttle while I make my call, and you guys like go and make sure it's clear and get his daughter. How about that?
Oh, that wasn't
Yeah.
a luck roll to see if I fell out of the shuttle.
No,
No.
I'll roll for that. Let's see. Anything more than my luck score, and you're dead.
All right.
What?
Yes.
instant.
Woo!
All right. Harkin
He's 78 dead.
Oh wait, we gotta
Don't
balance it
encourage
out.
him.
We gotta balance it out. If my luck
Don't.
is,
Don't.
if
What
are we
my-
rolling
my
here?
luck-
We're
not
just
rolling.
sticking around. So
Yes.
Oh, okay.
my luck countered out.
all right. So the thing is,
Where are we?
so I think Harkin though is in charge at this point because this is definitely a security operation,
This is.
and I believe that Tynol will agree with us, right, Tynol? Yes. There we go. All right.
I think I was gonna say this. I think like Jacob like has something against me because like every time that I'm not here, Jacob is on screen.
Or are you secretly the same person?
Yeah, we never see Jacob and Dave in the same room.
That is true.
Uh,
Dun 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 dun.
He wears
dun.
glasses.
Mm.
and he
We
doesn't wear
literally
glasses.
did in October.
He could have cloned himself.
Oh God, he's not you. Okay. All right,
They
so
should clone me.
you guys.
Anyway, that's my vote. Is that
are-
you guys, under the lead of our security officer, go and safely secure her while I make a call to.
And then I can rig a
Admiral
makeshift
Wesley.
bomb to firebomb their apartment to make it
Oh my
look
God.
like an accident.
There you
How
go.
about we just take her? We already got half.
We have to. We
and
told them we make it look like an accident.
There was no witnesses. They sent an Orion team out. They probably think the job got done. They
Well,
just
I
don't
mean, the
find
Orion
body.
team is only
When the
unconscious,
Orion
aren't
team
they? Or are they
doesn't
dead?
report
Orion's
back.
leave.
Yeah, but they'll just assume that they got vaporized.
No,
Yeah,
they
but are
won't.
they?
They'll
They're not
assume
dead
that-
though. You didn't kill them. You
Oh.
not,
Well, there's
you
one
stunned
less.
them.
their disruptors were set to
That's true.
stun.
You killed one.
There's
Were
one
your
less.
disruptors? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for the most of the time.
Only one person died during that entire firefight.
And it wasn't Harkin, sadly.
It was not.
Nope, you live. All right, so what are we doing, Harkin? Here with
I don't
us.
know, we're going to the apartment 3 blocks away.
Okay.
Can I-
And...
Can I have your phaser?
Harkin will be like, sure, here, have
Nice.
it.
Okay.
Uh,
So
Are there any blunt objects that Harkin can pick up from the shuttle?
there's two. There's like a spanner.
Ooh, he'll carry the spanner with him then.
Ooh, love a good spanner.
My personal combat armed blunt is 33.
Nice.
All right, we're going in.
I used to carry a wrecking bar in my car for this very purpose.
Hero will set both his phasers to stun this time.
For
I
once.
mean, Harkins was already set to stun, so you don't need to set that.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, it was set to
Hero-
stun when he
He's like, I don't
passed
believe
out
that for
when
a
he got
second.
stunned.
yes.
Hero will be like, click, 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 click. Yeah, I was set to stun the entire time.
But it would be Starfleet protocol to not walk around a city
yeah.
with
Well,
your
we kind of left the
phasers
reservation
out.
a long time ago, there, buddy. Let's keep focused.
Harkin looks over at Hero and just shakes his head.
Hey, you're alive.
No thanks to you.
Well, you can talk to the psychologist when we get back, okay? that doesn't sound very healthy, but
Yeah.
anyways, are we going? Hero will be
Should be
gesturing towards
going.
the hatch. Okay, who's with us? So it's me, Harkin, and who?
Hello.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be literally everyone here except for Tim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to Force. Okay.
I'm almost 90% certain Tim just wants to pilot the thing into the building if things go awry.
We are not two towering
That
this.
sounds accurate.
Sorry.
I would just assume he's like, quick, get in! Just kind of like, or just like hops on top of the hatch.
Wait a second, the shuttles have phasers. You could have just phasered all of the Orions
Yeah,
on
but
the ground.
But the neighborhood might see that,
But
and
I
that
didn't.
might not look as good.
Yeah.
So okay, we're heading in.
Yes, you are.
Says the person carrying 2 phasers that are not set to stun.
No, they're set to stun now. I mentioned that
So-
earlier.
So
that's
do you-
true, he did.
I kind of looked at the party. So do you want to go in normally, or should we put on a bit of a disguise?
I
You
think
don't
we should
have
just go
any
in
extra.
normally.
You don't have. You're not back at Draynak's place. You don't have extra clothes.
I tapped the 3D printer at my side.
Well, I mean, we didn't wear the same uniforms the whole way here, right? Because that is definitely entering into the days of Stinkus.
Well,
I-
sure, but you have
it's the
extra
future.
uniforms. But you have uniforms. That's it. You don't have like civvies.
I mean, I was
It's
just
the
thinking
future.
that we could just 3D print some clothes to disguise maybe some raincoats and ski masks. I don't
See,
know.
my thought is we go in there and we get her out like in 5 minutes and be done with it because we don't know how long that we got until someone starts looking this way.
Operation Guns
Both-
Blazing, got it.
It's worked for this far.
Yeah. Time is not our friend.
Yeah, tick tick. All right,
So what we doing?
we're going
Lead the way,
in.
Harkin.
Okay.
We're heading to the apartment or the house or whatever, the dwelling. There we go.
It's closer to a condo. It's like 2 things right next to each other, or a duplex. But yeah.
I'm assuming our friend can open his own door.
He has a
All
headache.
right.
No, we have to break it down.
So. Okay.
Make a dexterity roll to see if you can actually put the keys into the lock.
All right.
He
Well,
failed.
what's gonna happen is you're gonna make your way there, and you're gonna come around the corner, and you're going to see 2 Orions looking very similar to the ones that you saw earlier, One is standing guard, and the other appears to be attempting to break in the front door. Like
Harkin's
Jimmy
gonna
Lock.
charge them.
Ooh, he's
All
charging
right.
him with a spanner.
Then
I'm gonna hide
you throwing
around the
the map
corner.
down?
I'm
We
just
have
gonna
our
wait.
actions showing on. We have our action table showing.
I'm gonna see Harkin start charging him, and I'm gonna start drawing both my phasers. Because clearly, when the security officer starts charging somebody,
This is-
I kind of know where this is going.
all right. Are you seeing a very crudely drawn map right now?
Yep.
Yes.
That's,
Okay,
yeah.
good. I made that in
It
like
is
5
crude.
minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
And he has a spanner out, obviously.
All right. Time to. We don't actually roll for initiative because you've already got that determined. Let me
I'm
pull
in
that
last.
sheet.
I remember that.
Let's see.
Yeah, we need to.
Where is the initiative? There's the
He was here,
initiative
right?
order.
Or no, he was here.
Oh, gosh.
All right, which one? Wait, you're gonna tell us where the door is, huh?
That guy is standing directly in front of
Yeah.
the door.
It's right here.
Oh.
Presumably.
There's a door there. Okay.
Well, I didn't draw it, but you can presume.
I was gonna say that's exceptionally crude. There's no door.
Yes.
But okay.
Yes, it is.
So there's the other guy down the hallway.
Yes.
To the right?
Down the alleyway, yes, there is.
Alleyway. Ah, very good.
All right, so the order is Matt, Dave, Eric, Tim, Coinless, then the
Whoa.
bad guys.
When I'm there.
Oh,
What about
right,
me?
when you're there.
You might want to add. You might want to
Oh,
add a
right.
turn order thing to it.
This.
When do I go?
Sorry. What's your
Who's
initial? What's your dexterity?
Dexterity is 60.
60. Okay.
Harkin went
you
first,
go-
and then, or
let's see. You go after Eric, but before
Yeah.
Tim.
Okay.
and Dave goes first, right?
Yes. Or no, Matt goes first because
Matt goes first.
Dave is going to get an attack of opportunity, basically. So he's going to, So Dave will get to go first for this
All right.
one.
So he's gonna charge this guy, and all right, he's gonna try to hit him with. I should have just done unarmed because my personal combat unarmed is way better than my blunt.
Too
but
late
I don't-
now.
Are you gonna? Well, you can drop the spanner and just be like, or just throw it at him, and then just like punch him.
Yeah.
Here,
All
catch
right.
this. You can do the whole here, catch this, throw it at him, and he's gonna catch it, and then you just punch him in the face.
You can dodge a spanner. You can.
All right, so your to hit is the average of your dexterity and your personal.
Shouldn't his two hit already be on his sheet?
It isn't. It is for hand to hand, but not for this.
Oh, that's weird.
Hand to hand would be like a
So okay, I have to beat a 50.
Nice.
You got this. Or
I
not.
miss.
you swing and a miss.
That's,
Okay.
That's awesome.
Come
Do it again.
on,
Alright.
Do it.
kill me.
Get him on the
Favorite
back.
option.
Get him on the backswing. How many
Alright.
actions do you have left?
No, this was his. That was all he has. That was
Oh,
his
his opportunity thing?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
that was all he got. All right, so now we are to Crystal. Now at this point, no one would have had their phasers drawn because no one
Wait.
said they drew them.
I said I was drawing. But as soon as
yeah,
you start
yeah,
charging,
Eric
I
did
pulled
say
my
that.
phaser.
Wait, when?
Pulled out.
When
When
he
as
went to
soon-
charge, Eric said that as soon
Oh,
as he was
I-
charging,
Yep.
he was
Did
pulling
not
out
hear
his.
that.
I also said I was
Okay.
hiding by the corner, but I don't think that works on this map.
There is no corner to hide behind, unfortunately. Okay, so then yes,
he
Eric
hides
does
behind
have
the
his phaser.
specter.
I can heal you, don't worry.
All right, so make sure you got your action table sheet thing available.
Who's next?
That's going to be Crystal and then Dave again.
Oh, okay.
Now, quick question: am I able to get by through Calvo Hero and our
Yeah, there's
Orion?
there's no restrictions on moving through occupied spaces with your own people. Actually,
Okay.
you can move through an occupied space belonging to an enemy too, if I recall correctly. But yeah.
Oh, cool! I did not remember that actually, but that is very interesting to know. But for now. I am just going to move here, which should be about 6 spaces, if I did my math right.
That sounds right.
Then I'm going to draw
Wait, is Matt here?
and ready my phaser,
Okay. And
which
let's
is
see.
2 more, which comes to 8.
All
And
right.
then I'm going to fire at
Matt's
this
here,
guy
right?
here.
Are you gonna aim first or just fire?
Uh,
Matt's
let's
here.
see here.
He is? I don't hear or see him.
I had the restart ninja to hear him again, but he's there.
Oh, okay.
Let me
Give me a
see
sec.
here. That's.
It's 45 feet.
So if I aim, that comes to what?
It
10?
gives you a plus 15 to hit.
Oh, I'm trying to think of how many points it comes to if I aim included.
Aiming would be another 2. Firing would be 1. So that would leave you with, I think, 1 left as an opportunity action.
Yeah, let's do that. All right.
All right. So let me pull up the sheets with the weapons. Okay, so you have a Type 2B phaser. What you're shooting at is considered long range, 45. So that's a negative 30 to hit. But you're adding, if you're aimed, that's plus 15. So let's see, on your sheet, your
I have a
2-hit modern is
58.
minus 15 would be your target.
Okay.
And our number is. I think I hit, actually.
Yes, you grazed him. All right, you grazed him, so
Yes.
didn't knock him out, but he knows you're there, and he's not happy. But he's a little dazed. He's got a headache, too. So that did 30, so that means he has 15 endurance left. Okay. And Dave again.
I'm
Dave?
gonna see that he got dazed, and I'm gonna punch him.
Punch him, all right.
I'm gonna
And
do the judo chop to him.
Yes, yes,
The Captain Kirk
Yes.
fist.
yes. I approve wholeheartedly.
All right.
All right, so your 2 hit then is
69.
Yep.
And I fail.
He swings and
Alright.
miss.
That was 1 action though. You've got
punching
plenty more.
Can I punch him again?
Yes, you may.
I'm gonna keep trying to punch him. I miss.
You're going in the right direction, though.
Glorious.
Oh, man.
Walk it there.
I'll
Walk
punch
it
him
there.
again. Hey!
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 He's
The other
on
2 were
top.
fake outs. They're just like whiff whiff.
Well, actually, no.
Ooh,
he's-
uppercut.
Let's see. How much damage do you do? With your, you don't have that on your sheet. How much damage you do? Bare hand damage. How do we determine that, ladies and gentlemen?
I have it's
Yeah,
a
it's like
roll
negative strength.
plus. It's a calculation. Like
It is a
mine's like
calculation.
1d10 plus 7.
Oh,
But I don't
where's
know
that?
Oh, yeah. It was
Bare
like...
hand damage. It's on the spreadsheet, but
1d10
didn't fill it out.
plus 5 is regular.
Yeah, 1d10 plus 5 is like
The
is
base.
my strength, and I'm like the weakest, so... Probably like 2d10.
yeah, you're an
or
arm
something.
wrestling champ, so it's probably a little stronger than that. I'm thinking.
I gotta figure that one out for sure. Let's.
I think it was in the skill building.
Yeah, it's in here.
I think it's near the
Okay,
end. but I could
okay.
be wrong.
Nope, that's not it. The things we bring up.
Well, I mean, a club is 2d10, so a fist is not going to be 2d10.
It's based
Well,
off
it depends
your
on how
strength.
good you are at punching. Yeah.
it's also it's actually based on your strength, if I recall correctly, from the building the thing. Yeah. I wish this was all in one book. That would make my life so much easier.
I mean, can't you just merge the files?
Or
Oh, right.
Yeah,
You're using
that-
paper. Just glue them back to back.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. Just Gorilla Glue.
oh, okay. Here we go. Yours is gonna be 1d10 plus 3. Because your strength is between 51 and 75. That's what it says on here.
I do 1d10 plus 5.
I'm not.
Yeah, I got +7.
For what?
Now, granted, for bare hand damage.
Well, that's because you have different strengths, isn't it? Hey, wait a second.
Oh, it's also your skill
Also your skill,
rating.
your unarmed skill.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
Okay.
My unarmed skill's pretty up there, so that makes sense.
My unarmed
Yeah.
skill is 71.
All right, so
Oh,
divide
hell.
that by 10. Okay, so
should
actually
be,
it's 1d10 plus 10. Make sure I'm actually.
There
gonna
you
just
go, that
type
makes
in.
sense.
I'm gonna type that in for you here, Dave.
19.
Yeah, he is unconscious.
Wait, which one's
Nice.
Oh, you're gonna mark him.
The one on the right. The one that,
Yes.
that Crystal hit. Okay, I have.
Yes.
So
Just
the other,
keep
so this
punching.
guy,
Point
the one on the
left.
left's completely fine, huh?
Where
One on
do
the left's
I-
completely
Okay,
fine.
thank you.
So the one on the right, he's just unconscious.
All right, I'm gonna start wailing on the guy in front of me then.
Okay.
How many action points you got left?
I have 7. I used
Let's-
3.
Oh, 3 swings. Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Go for it.
Wait, you have 7 action points or 7 left?
Wait, it's
I have 7 action points left. I have
Okay.
10 action
4,
points.
and it's
Hold
only
on.
one for throw a punch.
No, I think to throw a punch costs more. It's 1 to fire a weapon, but I think hand-to-hand costs more.
Attack is a minimum of 3.
Yes.
Really?
It says
Yes.
minimum of
that's
3.
what it says.
Okay, then
Attack,
I have
so you-
1 point
Parry and
left.
dodge.
Yeah, you have 1 point. You can hide in the same square.
Can't see me.
And
Cardboard
smoke,
box.
smoke bomb.
Car-
Or drop suddenly.
Yeah.
Cardboard box. Where was that?
Yeah, it's in the third part. It says combat and emergency evasion, attack, minimum of 3.
Oh, okay.
You could use you could come up with a one-liner to use with your last
I
point.
was gonna say, other 10 hits is like freaking
Oh, okay.
Bruce Lee
hold on,
level,
hold on.
Bruce
Let me
Lee
just
level
read
attack.
Well,
Yeah.
to be fair, like it actually would make more sense because you have to get A right up in their face when they probably have a gun,
Yeah.
and then B you have to you do 1/10 the damage of phase.
Firing is pulling a trigger. That's
Yeah,
a
it's-
whole bunch more movement. So
Yeah. I agree with that.
okay. So what we doing, Dave?
I have nothing left, so that's it.
Okay,
okay. All right.
All right. That means next up on our little hit parade is Eric. Lefty. What we got?
Lefty.
All right, Lefty, go for it.
The question is, he still akimbo?
I'm gonna go here.
Oh wait, I get to put that down, right? Personal combat unarmed.
Do I know any information for the person on the right without using any action points? I don't see any action points that would tell me about the person down the hall on the right. Or is that just a free action of like?
I mean, if you step 1 forward, he would be within your sight, so you don't have to actually take an action to see.
But I'm under cover right now, so like I don't have line of sight on this guy.
I mean, if you peek around the corner, sure, I'll allow that.
How much action points is a peak?
It's nothing.
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 Then I would peek.
Okay, you see the dude, and yeah,
Okay, tell me a little more about the dude. Or is that, like,
he's
is he
dressed.
armed?
Yes, he has not pulled his weapon yet. He's definitely armed with the same kind of. He basically looks like same kind of outfit, equipment as the guys that you were just dealing with over at the rendezvous.
Oh yeah, then I'm definitely gonna take aim and shoot him. But I
Okay.
would. But Can I shoot him from this angle, or?
Yeah, you can reach around to do it.
Okay. So is there a modifier with that, or no?
I mean, no, it's not going to affect anything because you're able to peer around cover to get a clear shot at the guy. So.
All right, I'm gonna dual wield my dual wield stun him. See if I can pull this off. Let's see.
I may need to reconsider rules on dual wielding, but we'll see.
Well, I wasn't expecting Harkin to give me his phaser. The fact that he did, I'm just gonna run with it. But he went against regs and be like, here, just take all the phasers. I'm gonna take a wrench to battle. I mean, really,
Wrench didn't help me one bit.
It's a Federation issue wrench, though.
It's clearly it's not. All right.
All right, so for your right-hand weapon, it's a 45 to beat. For the left hand, it's a 30.
Wait, is it?
Yes, because you're taking a negative 15 if you're aiming because of the distance.
So it'd be 55. He's gonna hit mod 60.
Oh, sorry, yeah, so minus 15 from 60, so it's a 45 to hit. Because it's a range, it's a negative 30 for the range, plus 15 for aiming, so minus 15. And then it would be minus 30, because remember, our offhand is another negative.
So, okay. So I'm gonna do dominant, non-dominant.
Yes.
Oh,
Hits.
that's a hit.
He's stunned. You
He drops. So I don't even need to shoot the second one?
You do not need to shoot the same.
Well, I mean, it's all the same action anyway, so. Wait, so I'm gonna roll the second time because I squeeze them both off at the same time because that's just one action point for me.
Sure.
Oh yeah, you got doubled.
Do you
Yeah,
kill him
he's-
again? Does his
He
heart
got
stop?
grazed with the second one.
Yeah. So
Doesn't matter, like.
That's
still,
because he was falling.
Then I'm gonna use my remaining action to shoot at the guy in front of Harkin.
okay.
Just don't
Same.
miss.
Miss.
And actually, if you do miss, you'll have to roll whether you hit him.
You gotta
That'd
roll
be
to see
hilarious.
if you hit me.
Oh, that's a miss.
All right, I got the other one. The other one.
Yeah.
I got the offhand.
Oh,
it's a
you
miss.
missed with both.
Oh,
of them.
no!
You gotta roll to see
This-
if you
why
hit
am I-
me.
It's just
All
like
right.
the simulation.
All right. So,
One.
because you aren't aiming directly at him, it's another negative. So it's a 30 for the first shot and a 15 for the second.
Actually, this is a reverse.
Oh, it's gonna be
because
hilarious if I stun him.
Yeah.
Come on.
Last time
do it.
Harkin
Do
was
it.
firing at Hero, and now Hero's
Pause
firing at
from rolling the
Harkin.
dice.
Yeah.
and say,
There's some retribution
Nope,
happening
miss.
here.
Come on. Oh.
Okay.
You get hit by
Just.
So wait.
You had one job, hero.
I already did my job. Thank you.
No, you had one job to try to down me. Come on.
7, 8. I'm gonna use the remaining actions I have to take another shot at Orion guy in front.
Okay. Did
going
you
for broke.
aim? Did you aim at that guy
I
before
did.
you fired?
I
All right,
did.
So how
So
many
1, 2,
action
4, 5,
points do you
6.
have left?
So I started
7, 8.
blasting.
I actually can do another two rounds of shooting.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's. Yeah,
He's
you
down.
hit him with both, so he. Hey, that was fast. Congratulations. You have successfully
Yes.
taken out all 3 assailants.
Within the first
Uh,
round.
In the first round.
I'm just gonna quickly go over and just grab all their guns.
oh, that's a smart move. Hero's like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, that's kind of a smart move.
Check their pockets for money.
Calvo's just looting everyone.
It's not different from playing WoW with him.
Oh, is that it?
Dave
I'm gonna
knows.
quickly.
He's rolling need.
No, he just loots and then runs off and leaves you to die.
So, all right. So at this point, after the fighting has stopped, the inspector is going to run forward, screaming, "Leora! Leora! It's me! Get out here!" And he's going to run towards the door. And after a few seconds, the door is going to unlock, and a Orion teenage girl is going to come out, and they're going to hug each other, and she is crying her freaking eyes out.
This entire time, Harkin's gonna be kicking one of the downed Orions.
And she's gonna see you do that, and she's gonna start stomping the guy's head until literally she caves her head in, or she caves the guy's head in, just straight up, like
Wow.
just screaming curse words. Some of them translate, some of them don't. So,
I'm staying on her good side.
just
Hero's just blinking his eyes and stunned. And stunned like, oh. Okay, what do we walk into?
Don't drink my tea.
so she
if I
finishes
roll,
off.
like artistic expression. Can I teabag him?
God.
Somebody stun Harkin.
The hero tried.
Once and failed.
What's that roll? Is that dexterity?
Dexterity and artistic expression, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he needs
negative 15.
He needs artistic expression, yeah.
So let's see. I have to roll 67 divided by 2.
I never said you could.
Yeah, the GM never confirmed this. This is just
I
speculation.
never confirmed that. I am confirming
Minus
that I did not
15.
confirm. I'm confirming no. Anyhow, moving
Oh,
on.
I would have to beat a 19.
So, after she finishes absolutely raffle stomping this one guy, she's gonna grab her dad and just weep again.
As you do.
As you do. And he's gonna turn to whoever's closest and say, "We've got to get off this planet."
Yeah.
Can't.
You're right.
Closest would actually be Fish that he says it to.
It's kind of like I'm just kind of turn around, holding the 3 guns, like, okay. Well, step 1, I need your DNA.
She's gonna blink a few times.
Hero will also blink a few times.
You what?
Don't worry, we just need to build a corpse of you and your father, and then you'll be off this planet safe and sound.
Oh, okay, awesome. Cheek swap?
Yeah, whatevs.
Whatevs.
That's cool kid lingo, right? That's what you say on this planet?
That's what the kids are saying nowadays, right?
All right. So the inspector will say, let's take care of that when we get back to the shuttle because we don't know if there might be more of them. But before he leaves, he's gonna go through the pockets on these 2 over here, looking for things, and he's gonna find a communicator like you did back at the other place that you remember the communicator that was talking about what the instructions were. And this one says it's got the address and it says take the girl to the meeting place that was pre-designated.
Oh, I already have a great
That sounds
idea.
like it was a pretty rough translation.
Well, no, it was partially. It seems to be in code. I mean, literally, it says
yeah.
take the girl to the prearranged meeting place.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, I have an evil idea for me. By evil, I just mean a fish idea.
of course.
An evil fish idea.
Okay. A plan is already formulated, so now I'm basically completely set in. I just need to get the stuff done, and then... Okay. Do you want to hear my plan? Or should we wait to get back to the ship?
Probably shouldn't be moving to the ship right now.
Hero's like,
I should
let's
think
move
so,
to
yeah.
the ship. I feel like we're ahead of
Okay,
it
everyone,
right now.
let's go. I'm just gonna carry the guns with me because I'm not leaving them here.
That makes sense. Hero's like, can I have one of those guns?
Just kind of like toss it over.
and Hero catch that.
He wants to be Billy Connolly from
He's
gonna be like Zorro.
from
but with
Boondock
guns.
Saints.
It would be against Starfleet regulations to grab their weapons as well. Harkin will remind them of that regulation.
Of doing what?
That it would be right against Starfleet regulations to take the Orion's weapons.
I kind of
it's
look
not
at it
against
like,
I want to roll.
Regulations.
I would like to roll to
Push
know
pills?
like, against that.
you really haven't been here long enough to know what type of mission this is. So I'll just say that let's just say that regulation hasn't really been our main concern.
GM, I would like to roll Federation law to see what the regulation actually says.
You know? Okay, if you'd like to, I can allow
Seems pretty
that.
reasonable.
I want to see if I can overquote the ruling on that.
I do highly doubt
Is that intelligence
disarming your
and
enemies is-
Federation law?
Federation. Yes, Intelligence Federation law.
Okay.
So I got a
need
15
to
in Federation
beat a
law.
42.
Wait. Am I?
Oh, look at that, angry Asian.
Wait. But I'm gonna roll because I'm trying to counter. I want to come up with a counter of.
An
To be fair,
exception.
Harkin just
An
knows if
exception
he's
to the
saying
rule.
a lie or not. That doesn't mean what he said
Yeah.
is the truth.
Or
Oh!
You have no clue.
All right.
Hero contemplates and goes, "Nah, that's probably right," and keeps moving.
All right.
Yeah, that
so
checks out.
The
That's something
rule-
the brass would say.
Yeah,
It is. Basically says
Pooper.
that it is that the capturing and possession of non-Federation or non-Starfleet standard weaponry is prohibited except in times of extreme emergency and or warfare.
combat.
Cool. Okay, everyone, let's go. And I just keep walking with the weapons.
That is good to know.
That is good to know.
Hey, I'm on the
Fascinating.
right side of the law today. That's great.
All
Bound
right.
to happen at least once a week.
Harkin's
All right,
gonna go
so
in the
Hero
opposite
would all-
direction. Screw you guys.
Are we
Oh,
walking
geez.
off? We're off scene now. Is that it?
Yes, we're well,
Okay.
combat's obviously over, so
Okay.
are you going back to the shuttle?
Yeah, we're all going back to the shuttle. We're all a nice little pack herd heading back to the shuttle
Okay.
with the Orions in the middle.
Yes.
Come on, green herrings, let's go.
Green herrings.
We're making sure that they're really tied up and they can't like get free or anything.
No, you just left those other dudes there. That's fine. That's no one cares.
We're just gonna
We left them.
chuck
We
the-
left them
They'll be
standing out.
fine.
well,
This
one
I
of them
can make
won't.
away.
One
Well,
of them
that's
is
not
very
our
much-
fault.
You got the wrong ship there.
No, we're
No, we're
that's
going
our
to the
ship.
shuttle.
the shuttlecraft.
So Red won't know that.
It says USS Enterprise on it.
Well, yeah, we've dealt with that. We
Well,
talked
it's a
about that.
hand-me-down, okay?
Yeah.
I really hope our shuttlecraft does not say USS Enterprise.
No, it's been scratched out with Sharpie. It's fine.
just crossed. It's an antique.
I mean, it's entirely possible this shuttlecraft used to be on the Enterprise because that
It's
ship's
on
been
loan.
retired for 7 years.
It's on loan.
So,
Anyhow,
In the
Trevor,
Federation, you can't afford paint.
my roll from earlier did manage to pass, so it did. I am able to make the meat parts.
you're able to in concept. Now you have to
Concept,
do
yes.
rolls to see whether you're capable of it in practice.
Okay.
All right. Now this part's more difficult, so you're going to have a negative of 15 for this, and you got to do
Okay.
it for each of them. So basically, you've got to be able to sequence the proteins according to their DNA in a way that's going to hold up to scrutiny.
That passes.
All right. What was the number you were trying to beat?
I need to beat a 90. Or sorry, a 90 minus 70, so that's 75.
Oh man, just
I
got
passed.
it. Oh, all right. So that's you've got the
Equals
dash.
three.
So this is something he's doing in the shuttlecraft after we get back.
Yeah, I just kind of
Yes.
chucked the guns on my bunk bed or whatever it is, and just like started going to the machine, analyzing DNA, Okay, the next one. I couldn't get the daughter.
Harkin takes the guns
Oh.
and puts them and throws them into the trash incinerator.
We have one.
I like to do a resist on that.
The batteries
on the what?
and to the ammo in that thing. That seems like a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's a very bad idea.
Okay. Dave, I need you to do me a intelligence and let's see.
That kind of weapon.
Yeah. Let's see. Intelligence.
If the daughter gets killed in the explosion, oh no, tragedy.
yeah.
But also, that kind of works out.
All right.
We
What am I
tried.
rolling? What am I rolling? Come on.
I'm
Faye.
trying to
Better luck
make
next mission, guys.
sure-
Better luck.
Yeah.
Oh, trying to make sure I have the right.
We're gonna all have to roll new characters.
God. Is there one I know there's one specifically for.
Personal weapons technology.
If we end up
Yeah,
making new characters,
makes
I'm
sense.
totally going to play the security
Yes,
officer drug
okay.
dealer I built.
So your average of intelligence and personal weapons technology.
I
Oh
fell.
no.
Oh Jesus Christ. Okay.
I had
What's
to beat a
going to
50.
happen?
Is there a safety protocol?
Yeah, what's going to happen is all the alarms are going to go off, start screaming at you, saying, "Warning: hazardous material attempted to be incinerated. Shutting down system."
All right.
So they're
He wants
perfectly
to
fine.
die.
They're just kind of sitting there, just in the bin, like.
Hero comment.
Do it
Really didn't
again.
think that through. Didn't think that through,
I'm
did
gonna
you?
do it again.
Well, the system is still off. There's like a
Dag
fail
nabbit.
safe that's got to be like reset. So
Okay, so
So
how do I
I
reset
have-
it?
Hero is gonna intervene and stop Harkin and be like, "Dude, what are you doing?"
How are you gonna stop me?
well, the
he's gonna
GM
get in
Venusian
front of-
judo.
the
he's gonna get
GM
in
can
front of you
say
and get in
the
front
GM
of you
can
in the
say this is-
incinerator and be like,
this
"What are you
is
doing?"
just wasting time on something that's not going to happen. So let's get on with the
I mean,
story.
he
please.
has nothing better to do while Fish is doing.
Nothing better
I
to
do
do
have
than to
another
blow us
idea.
all up to death.
Yes. Well, let's get back to Fish. So you are successfully able to do it for the dad, but you were not able to sequence it for the daughter.
I wasn't able to sequence DNA, so I decided I'm gonna have to do a less efficient plan. But
Okay.
can I just make a prosthetic replica of her head, like just a severed head?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it can be just a dummy with no. I mean, you can make that, but unless you want to have her DNA.
Well,
that's
the
a
thing
whole
is,
separate thing.
I'm gonna kind of turn to everybody after I print the 3D head. I'm like, so if we want to get these guys off the planet, we want to make it work well effectively. I thought maybe what we could do is pull another Darkwater situation. Well, just hear me out.
Hero
We'll
would
bring
look
the dad
over
as
and
a
be
dead
like,
We'll dress up like before, but we'll go under the guise as trying to eliminate the problem for them. We'll bring the corpse of the cloned dad and the severed head. We'll give them the corpse, show them the severed head of the daughter, say that
Whoa.
everything's, wash our hands of it, and then we
No.
leave.
Hero's like, "Severed head." No.
It's the I lift up the cloned, like the prosthetic. It's the fake.
Still don't feel cool about this. The Hero's like, I
So-
feel like we're off the Starfleet reservation here.
To be fair, so do you want them to die for real, or do you want to actually come up with a plan that might save their lives?
Severed head might be a little too far into the plan.
We have to sell it.
Sell it.
Yes, if we give them the dead corpse of the father, it gives us more wiggle room if we just show them the severed head. If they want to scrutinize it, it would be a lot more suspicious. So if we just bring the head, then we can
But,
just keep it as show
Doctor?
them. Yes.
If I remember correctly, they weren't trying to kill them.
No, they
were
were. I'm
trying
pretty sure.
to capture them alive.
We don't know
I thought
that.
it was execution.
Yeah, they straight up said the guy that got shot.
Yeah,
Straight up said they were gonna kill them.
but
If we
our
do it
job is
for
not
them,
to do it. Yeah,
massive.
well, our job's not to do it for them.
Well,
I know.
what they
I
said
thought
we were gonna
is
make it
they
look
were
like an
going
accident.
they said they were going to kill the father in front of the daughter. They never said what they were going to do with her.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if we just kill
Yeah.
them both and make them think they're both dead, it's a smokescreen to let them escape. We already know that they're afraid of Darkwater. After they have DNA evidence of the father, they'll think the severed head is legit enough. And if they do, well, they're more stupid than I thought.
Hero would say,
What if they
I don't want
don't?
to push our luck with the still.
Well, this is really, I mean, again, if we want, we can just completely ignore the corpse situation. But it's really up to, I guess, whoever's in charge to decide whether this is the best idea for keeping these two innocent people safe or not. And I kind of just I kind of placed the head on the table. It's like, this is a potential idea we could do, or we could do something else. I just thought I should throw my vote in. I go over and I sit on the bed after I grab the guns from the inside of the incinerator and place them back
Yeah.
into
So,
in a safer spot.
if they're already trying to kill the inspector and his daughter, why do we have to fake their deaths in order to get them off planet?
They'll probably just be hunted down. So just be if we can just drop a corpse there.
If we get them into Federation space, then they shouldn't need to worry about the Orion pirates anymore.
Well, literally, when he
Or am I incorrect?
when Boral, when the inspector was talking originally, he said that they would hunt him down to the ends of the galaxy, basically. So he would
It's
not
kind
Okay.
trust. He said specifically, they have to think we're dead.
Okay. I was just asking because I wasn't there, so.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't remember the conversation.
Yes.
I feel like Operation Red Herring, Green Herrings isn't that bad.
Green herring.
I now have to. I've started to change my vote due to the fact you named it Green Herring.
But, we agree
Only
that
because of
that
that.
is the official title for this episode, though, right?
Oh yeah,
Right?
that's already.
Yeah,
I decided that the first time someone said
Operation-
it like 10
No,
minutes ago, 20 minutes
Operation Green Herring.
Operation Green Herring. Okay.
I love it when a plan comes together.
ago.
Green eggs and herring.
So, by the way, at some point, Tripper, we need to figure out what happened with my call to.
Right.
Leslie.
Okay. So this would be a good time to pause that. All right. Let's while this firefight is happening and a head's getting stomped in. You're calling Starfleet.
Well, and while
All
they're
right.
walking, yeah.
Yeah. All that nonsense. So
Have a little
okay.
more time.
We're charging Orions with a wrench. You know.
Not yet. You're not. You're still. You just left the shuttle. Like that shuttle door closes, and I'm immediately calling Wesley.
Okay. All right. So you are gonna go through the appropriate channels in order to get to Wesley.
Secure
Yeah.
channels. Yeah.
Secure channels. You got to do a little arm twist. Like the Admiral's a very important man. Like, why should I put him through? to you?
Redact that list. I'm just saying. Say nothing.
But no, so they're gonna. Yeah. So what would you say? Like, why do we need to bother the Admiral with this?
Because we're in the middle of a time-sensitive mission that he sent us on personally.
So, oh, this is. You're trying to find the power converter. You're that team.
Yeah.
Okay, he's been wondering what's happening with you guys. All right, boop. Screen goes blank. A few seconds later, Admiral Wesley.
Admiral, I want to. Admiral, I reached out to tell you about our progress here and some complications we ran into, and discuss a possible solution.
Okay. These things are never as simple as they're supposed to be, are they?
No. So, we arrived, we made contact with Draenac, and short before we were able to get the part, Draenac's warehouse was raided and a lot of things were stolen, including our part.
Oh, of course.
Now, it took some doing to track it down, but it appears as though the entities who stole it are directly connected to the Orion government on the planet.
Oh, great.
So...
No, so it's a diplomatic incident now.
It is now a diplomatic incident, yes. Now, I've been able to work that out. Officially, they're not going to acknowledge that they ever had the part, but their ambassador is going to pull the right channels so that they can discover it and get it back to us and so on.
Let me guess. We've got to do something in turn.
They do want something in return, but if you wait until I'm done explaining it, you'll find that there's a very important thing they left out.
I'm listening.
So, they have a particular business interest in, I don't remember if you told me out of character the exact sector or whatever it was where this was, but he gave us a location and a date, and I'll relay that location and date, and I'll tell them at this time at this date they have a particular business interest that they would like the Federation to not be nearby for. They want to be able to go in and leave that exact location, and the Federation doesn't notice them do it. So, what they did not specify is anything outside of that sector. So, I understand that it would not be terribly difficult to have the ships that are very nearby be busy at the time that we're talking about. But I'm also aware that the Federation can't necessarily be seen to be approving of whatever it is they're doing if what they're doing is a problem for us, which presumably it is. But it's very possible for our ships to be busy somewhere that can intercept once they leave that sector.
And you don't think they'll find that fishy?
Well, it really depends on how we play it. Like, as far as the actual organizing of a raid like that, that's well outside of my wheelhouse. I'm just informing you that there are options if you feel that you need to. If you're willing to give the sign-off that you agree to their terms on this, I'm just making sure you know that you have options to figure out how you want to handle it from there. I'm not in a position to plan out how we would carry it out. That's above my pay grade.
So basically, you're giving them what they say they want, but in reality, we're actually not giving up anything.
That is
in effect.
That is your call, of course. I'm just informing you that I am personally open to. If you tell me that you approve of giving them what they want, and I can pass that along, that's all I'm concerned about today.
And you think that your word on it will be enough for them?
No, they need something. They need evidence that you have signed off on it, or that someone in the brass has signed off on it.
Obviously,
that's why
we
I'm
can't.
Concerned about how you cover it afterwards.
Yes, because obviously there can't be like a paper trail on this, because that just looks bad all around for you and me.
I think the evidence is obviously we're all trying to avoid having too much of this on the record. He doesn't want much of this on the record. I understand why we won't either. But remember that this is an ambassador's office. And so if you have official channels to contact his office directly and tell him that, hey, I understand there's been a situation with this part, and you and my ambassador there have discussed terms to get your help in finding it, and I just want to pass along that I have signed off on that. So when you talk to him about it tomorrow, he has my clearance. You can be very vague. You can contact him directly through secure channels, and then there won't be anything. There doesn't have to be anything written for that to happen.
All right. What is this guy's name?
I'm going to pass along the name.
All right. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'm sure there's been a lot going on in this situation. I'm going to love to read the report on this one.
Oh yes, I'm sure you will.
All right. Well, I will do what I can on my end. Pull the strings that these pips allow me to pull under the table.
While I have you, I do have one other topic that has arisen in the process of all this. In the process of all this, we've encountered a pair of Orions who are seeking asylum within the Federation as refugees.
Under what terms?
The Orion government is actively trying to kill them.
That's a problem, but that seems like
he's the chief inspector, so it isn't because of like being.
Oh no, he's not a chief. He's
not
a chief. He's not chief. He's a inspector.
Okay, he's an inspector. It isn't on grounds of a crime. It is on grounds of not actively working to protect the criminal interests that the government has been engaging in.
So on the grounds of fighting crime.
Yeah, basically.
Doing his job. Well,
with him and his daughter.
Problem one is if they are wanted dead and we officially give them asylum, that's going to create another diplomatic incident, I would imagine.
Yes. He actually wants to fake his death and leave the planet covertly, and then seek asylum.
All right, in that case, under an assumed identity.
Right.
Well, if you can, I can get the paperwork together for that. Not too difficult. But I'll leave it to you to actually manage to get them here in one piece. But
that's all.
Yeah,
is that when we get back to the Lexington, the paperwork is available and ready for him to proceed with that.
All right, then I will have to leave it to you to make sure that they don't wind up. Because if this does come back and they find out they're not dead, that's gonna be a bit of a problem for probably me and you and them.
Right.
Especially them, because I imagine the Orions don't care too much about jurisdiction. They're kind of vindictive little green bastards.
That's
so,
true. Now, Dr. Sung is planning to ensure that there's a believable.
I don't want to know any details. You mention his name, and I immediately say I'm better off not knowing.
Yep. Just letting you know that results are in the process.
Well, he's good at getting them. That's why he's on that ship.
Anyway, do you have any other concerns or questions for us, Admiral?
No, but you will receive a communique regarding what agreement I come to with the ambassador. So.
Thank you very much.
And you will know when are you meeting with him?
In the morning. So it's currently afternoon, right?
It's approaching evening. Yeah.
Okay, approaching evening. So on this planet, I'll be meeting with him in approximately 11 hours.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, very, very good work, Lieutenant Commander. Sorry that this whole milk run turned into such a fiasco, but
none of us signed up for cushy, boring jobs, Admiral.
You've got that right, sir. All right.
Have a good evening.
Admiral same to you. Admiral Wesley signing off. Boop. So, and Eric leaves at the same time. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there we go. And then they come rushing in with.
I heard nothing.
Sure. With all the time you spent on hold, sure, that takes approximately just enough time to get back.
So yeah, I have a way of helping assist the whole severed head thing. I'm just gonna get about an IV bag's worth of her blood, and then just kind of inject it into sort of the base of it, as well as just kind of coat it enough so that if they do need a DNA sample, I can just wipe off some from the severed head and then present it to them if they're really that desperate for her DNA, which I doubt. Anyways, so yeah, I was just gonna do that just so it's not if in case they are going to check her DNA, I can just give them a handkerchief of her blood off of the actual severed head.
When they get back though, I want to fly to Drainax, so I want this stuff to be happening instead of going back to where we were parked before.
Okay. There's not a place to park at Drainax. That's why you had to land at the shuttle pad before.
Ugh. Well, how are we supposed to get the part into the shuttle pad? Into the shuttle then?
He has a truck, or had a truck.
I knew we should have bought that truck.
All right, so I guess we'll go back to Drainax then. And...
Okay.
Are we bringing the corpses? Right. Okay. Oh, if we're gonna do that, Tripper, you're ascending.
What?
Your screen is getting really bright. I don't know if that's just me.
It was focusing on my shirt, and it said, I need more light. And now we're back. Okay. It's done.
But yeah, I was gonna... Can we also get a 3D print some ski masks, raincoats, and gloves?
Sure.
We're also gonna have to wipe the replicator log when we go back. Yeah, Hero's gonna go over and set the replicator log to wipe itself in 24 hours time.
The maintenance crew is going to be gonna.
Redacted?
What
Redacted?
the?
Oh no, it's no.
Human corpse, severed head. What?
Well, it's not a
Orion
human
corpse. It's an Orion corpse.
Orion corpse, sorry. Humanoid corpse.
Yes. Okay. Well, yeah, you have the means to manage all that then. So
I
you
start
can get
passing out the raincoats and ski masks. Okay, everybody, get your gear.
Okay. All right. So you're heading to Draenax at this point?
Yep.
All right. Okay, so you're gonna get there. The warehouse door's open. You're gonna see Idiot in there. The hood of the Edsel is open, and he's like leaned over, like this cursing in some language you don't recognize.
Right.
But we
Draenax-
recognize it's cursing.
Yes. Yes.
I would look over to Caitlin and be like, "What language is that?"
Crystal.
Crystal.
Not Caitlin. Crystal.
Ah, Crystal.
You have feline aphasia now?
I do.
Yeah. It's contagious.
Crystal.
I remember Crystal's name, yeah. It's weird. I have the aphasia and I remember the name.
Alright. Well, I can tell you just based on lore alone, he will not recognize the language because
He doesn't get a roll. He
The
needs to
lore
roll for that.
the lore demands that they don't.
It's Ferengi.
We know this.
If my
but
species, even if my species has encountered this
I was gonna
species
say.
before,
In canon, lore.
In canon.
Well, you're
It's
very
true.
old. You
According
have
to
like
lore.
feline dementia.
the
I'm
lore
not.
says
I'm
that
not
the
asking what
Caitians
language
have
it was.
encountered the Orions and the Ferengi before.
This
I'm
is
not asking what
true, but the
language it
lore
is. I'm asking if he
dictates
knows
that you
what he
can't
said.
tell him.
Right. But he
Oh.
can tell me what he said, not like
Oh,
what language.
okay.
I can say that I recognize it, but I don't know the name of it.
That's true.
But you know
Yeah,
what they're said.
That's good enough. Well, we can do a basic.
Intelligence?
No,
Yeah.
Isn't it comms? Does he have a language skill, right? When do you have language?
It's just language, but there's not a language skill. There's specific languages.
Hmm.
I feel like
So-
Yeah.
intelligence to like decipher kind of like common.
All right,
tone.
so this is going to be half of your intelligence minus 30, which is actually below 0. So, you can roll, but you have to roll a 1.
There's still a chance.
Do it. That'd be hilarious if you get a 1.
Do it. Do
The
it.
one time Matt makes an amazing
Let's see
roll,
what
it
we
means
can do.
nothing.
Oh,
that
so
That's pretty good.
close.
That was good. That was
It
good.
was a decent roll.
That was a
It
general
was
idea.
for literally anything else. You wasted a good roll for something like this. But no, you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But, all right, so Draenak's gonna come out, see you guys. Have you put on the ski masks and the raincoats yet?
I definitely did. I also brought the corpses, so
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know
wait,
about
were we
everyone
supposed to come here in costume, in disguise?
I definitely did. I don't know about everyone else.
Well, I don't know
gave
if that was that discussed in character.
Not that I
I
remember.
in character passed them out to everybody. Whether
That's
you
true,
put
you
them
did.
on or not was up to you.
Oh.
I was like, okay, everyone get dressed up, or just here you go.
All right, but if you
Whether
said
you did it or
that,
not.
then that's one thing. But if you
You
didn't
did
say
say
that,
two.
He did
So
say that.
I'm going to
okay, if
say
It's-
that
why are we doing that?
For I don't know. I was like, okay, I'll just get out. Well, I mean, are you just gonna like dress up 5 seconds before we go to whatever meetup point where we could potentially meet enemies?
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
but we're
I'm
meeting up at
supposed to
Draenac.
be here.
Harkin looked at the outfit and was like, "I'm putting
Everyone
that on."
knows that I'm coming to Draenax.
Hero's not dressed up.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just I gave everybody the outfit for
Okay.
future. If they want to put it on now or not, it's up to them. But I'm definitely
So
dressed up.
no, I'm not. So yeah, I'm wearing.
I would say that
I'm wearing my-
Draenax,
Yeah, I
I,
would-
wouldn't suspect it. Like, it's not needed, no.
I would say
Well,
that
Draenac
Fish
already
is the only one.
He knows
Well,
that
that's up.
this is me under the costume, so I mean, might as well anyways.
That's up to whoever wants to be. But so whoever walks up dressed up, luckily at least enough of you are out of costume that Draenek doesn't start shooting at you immediately for these guys in ski masks coming towards his warehouse.
To be fair, I'm wearing the same style of clothes that I did when I first showed up. Or like,
Did
when we
I
first
ever get
went
my
to meet.
phaser back?
No.
Never asked.
Never asked.
I want my phaser back.
I
Did you ask for it?
Is the
Yeah.
wrench
think
not
that was
worth
him
it?
asking for it.
I didn't know if that was in his character or not.
Ah.
Just like cradling the gun, like, is this his man?
Do you really want it back?
Hero will be like,
What's
that's
the magic
fair.
word?
And
Now.
he would hand it back over. It's clearly on the stun setting, but yes, he would hand it back over.
All right. Well, Draenek's going to see you motley crew walking up and go, "My friends, please tell me you have good news because I really want my stuff back."
I do. Let's get inside and we can talk about it.
Wonderful.
Arkin's never
wonderful.
seen
I
this
like
guy.
that. And you say, "Who's the new guy?"
Oh, there's multiple new guys. Remember,
Uh,
because there's
Draenek.
Harkin. There's the
Hero will
guy.
be like,
there's the
they're
people that
with
have
us.
whose
They're
deaths we have
friends.
to fake.
oh, right. So who the new guys and the kid?
That's why we're talking inside.
Ooh, good point.
Oh, fair enough.
Hero's like, yep, that's a good point.
All right. So once we're inside,
Actually, Draenek is going to grab you, Tim, and say, I'm going to ask you something real quick over here. Just
Yeah.
you guys go inside.
okay.
All right, we're
And-
going inside.
So, so the the inspector would say, "You do realize he's in with the Orions, right?"
In a way.
Don't you dare tell him what you're planning on doing with me and her, because he will tell them and sing like a canary.
Okay.
All right. So that happened.
All right. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna go inside with Draenek.
Okay. And Draenek's gonna say, "All right, my friends, new and old, what brings you back to my humble establishment except bringing me back my stuff?"
Well, we have secured your stuff. It's on its way. In the morning, I'm going to be meeting with my contact, and we're going to finalize the exchange. And your stuff and our part are going to be returned, and then we can finish our transaction.
Oh, wonderful! Glad to finally have that taken care of. I would ask how you had to do it, but I've learned around here, don't ask.
Now, we have not ruled out the possibility that there is still a double cross possible. So I would advise you to be prepared for that. Which,
Oh, I would not around here. I expect double crosses. Trust me, I'm still not convinced. You guys don't work for the Orions. Hey, what can I say?
Well, at any rate, so we'll have that in interaction in the morning. So that's going to be settled.
All right. What's with these two?
Well, as you can tell, we were trying to find stolen parts. The inspector was working with us on it, and we ran into some trouble. So he's still with us for the moment.
Understandable. All right. Okay, so is that it?
Basically, the catch, of course, is that the person that we're meeting in the morning who is going to supply the part is the ambassador. So we're going to be dealing with the actual Orion government, returning the goods that they have acquired from wherever they went.
That checks out. Can't say I'm surprised. I would say the bigger the organization, the greedier they are. Right? Right.
Yeah. Well. At any rate, that's the good news. We've gotten. It took some doing, but we were able to track down that we were able to make contact, so that they can track down the part and convince them to work with us on this. And as part of the deal, they're not just returning our part, but they're returning the rest of the stuff.
This is why I like the Federation. You guys, you go above and beyond. Isn't that like your motto or something, to infinity and beyond? I heard that somewhere.
I'm sure someone says it. There's a lot of people in
Yes.
the Federation.
So. All right. Well, if that's it, he's gonna look at Fish. Hey, you still want this Edsel? We're getting it fixed up for you.
I definitely do.
Say, I know. I love a man who knows what he wants.
Hero's gonna look over and be like, "Where are we gonna put that?"
So wait, Draenak wanted to pull me aside to talk to me without everybody else. But
No, I'm
that
sorry. It wasn't
never happened?
Draenak.
That
It
was
was the
was the-
Oh, okay.
inspector. I said that wrong.
Okay.
Hero would also look over at Draenak and go, "So wait, what race are you exactly?" And now I make the GM's brain fry as he has to think of what he's gonna
Fish
say.
is just gonna, hey, wait your turn. I have some
Well-
Edsel questions for him.
What?
Some extra
Yes.
questions for
Thank you. Well, he's about to say something. And then you hear behind you just some slam and just more screaming in a language you don't recognize. Turn around. The hood has crushed Idiot's fingers, and Draenak goes, "You idiot! Don't get blood on the merchandise."
Hero would like to run over and do a first aid check.
Okay.
Idiot loses his fingers.
Well, no, he didn't lose them. They just got a little flattened. What number you got to beat on that?
I have a 10 in first aid, so what is the average?
Average of that and your intelligence.
I got. Actually, I did something. 40. I
Hey.
did 40 and under.
You're able to split them, but now he's just kind of like that. Like he can't use his fingers.
I kind of turn to Draenak. I'm like, well, my buddy just fixed that guy's fingers, so do you think that's worth knocking off a little bit on the card?
Hero looks over his shoulder and like winks and nods. Is like, yeah.
Drac say, well, maybe if it was Idiot's car and he was selling it, sure, but it's not his, it's mine, so no dice.
Hero would say, "Damn it."
So,
In
Surprised
case
you
you're
didn't raise the
wondering,
price.
it can be disassembled conveniently enough, so you'd be able to get it on that shuttlecraft of yours. Not too hard. We think ahead.
I kind of I reach out. I'm like, well, okay. So what are you willing to trade for it?
How many of those pills you guys got still? I think about 5 bottles of those will cover it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say real quick. So, part of the reason that he's here, obviously, is part of the investigation. While you guys are sorting that out, can I show him the footage of the theft?
Oh, the inspector.
Yeah.
And he's gonna grant to. Sure. We're negotiating. Okay.
All right. So
How
I'll take
about
him over. I'll take the
Can I
inspector
do him
over.
one better? Because I don't have the pills on me. It's like I can do you one better. I'm gonna start writing up him the schematics to just create and manufacture pills, painkillers.
He's
That's
going
a
to go.
different skill altogether, isn't it?
Oh. And can this be made compatible with the replicators that I'm getting from you?
In theory, yeah.
I don't like theory. I like practice.
Well, let's just say 99% of my theories succeed. The other 1% don't see the light of day.
That's. I never deal in maybes. I deal in hard facts and things I can see.
Okay, I'm gonna write up the blueprints. Can I do that? Can I make the blueprints?
Yes.
Okay, I make them, and I kind of show, and I like, this is all the proof you need. it is the evidence, the facts. If you can't understand it, well, you should have you already really have a guy for that, shouldn't you?
He's gonna say, in my business, there's a rule about never insult a client. Just
Very
take
soon.
that. I'll give you that one for free. But all right. So out of character, I need a roll from you there, Playlist.
Okay.
This is going to be, of course, you have nothing in negotiation. God.
Pure charisma,
Um,
baby.
No, no
Well,
way.
Well, can I add a comment? He's a Ferengi, right?
and
Yeah, he should be
Doesn't
better
that
at
mean
negotiating than you.
He wants to do deals, right?
I mean, he does, but he's not going to give you something for nothing. He's not stupid.
He's a shrewd businessman.
Well, he's
he
not
knows who
smart
trying
enough to understand what the blueprint is either.
No, he's not an engineer. So no, he's. So literally, you're doing a roll to see if you can convince him based on this alone.
Are you
Okay.
trying to out used card salesman or Ferengi? I feel like that's like technically not possible.
Oh god. All right, I will give you. You know what? I'll give you streetwise on this. So
Oh,
give
there
me
you go. That's a good
your
play.
average of charisma and streetwise.
Okay, it's not. Okay, there we go. Oh, that probably doesn't pass.
He's gonna look at you and go, I'm gonna need proof. Now, you guys have yet to deliver those replicators. If we can crack one of those open, you can make it work. We've got a deal.
Okay.
Hero would be like, whoa, 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 whoa! We haven't got our part yet. We shouldn't be cracking that open until we get our part.
Are we
Right?
are we still in range? Audible range?
Harkin's gonna be just like watching in horror, like what the hell are these guys doing?
All right. Well, so real
Hero
quick,
would be like,
And
redacted report.
he'll be giving Tim
Arab?
There is no Tim.
Sarab this quizzical look like, what did I just walk into?
right. So when I get the inspector aside, I'm going. Well, I guess I wouldn't be in audible because the goal is to not be in audible range.
True. Fair.
All right. So, but what I'm gonna tell him is, I was kind of hoping to use a disruption tomorrow morning to fulfill our part of the deal. But if we're not telling him what's going on, then we have to find another way to actually fake this, to actually pull this off.
All right. So what do you have in mind?
Well, I don't know yet. That's the thing. But what we gotta do right now is, because we dressed it up as you're here on business, is get you back out of here.
Right.
So let's go back and check on where things are going there. And as soon as we see an opening, you and your daughter are going to go home and back to the office with someone from our team and actually go back to the shuttle and figure and piece together a way to move forward. We'll continue. The rest of us will help develop the plan when we get back to you.
All right. That works.
But so though, the Federation is going to have the paperwork prepared to accept you as refugees when we get back to our ship. I've already sorted that out.
Thank the creator. Well, halfway there.
Yep.
I just
All right.
got to get us off this planet.
So we'll come back to Drainak and them, and you
Okay.
can decide where in that conversation we do that.
About the point where you wanted to come in, where you're going to say something.
Yeah, I'll say, actually, we could just grab one and test it here. I mean, it's pretty standard business practice. They're going to want to know the replicators work anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and grab one of the replicators, bring it back, and we can prove both that the replicators work and that whatever it is that you're offering to sell them involving the replicator works as well.
30 minutes later. Okay, so we got the replicator.
I mean,
well,
sure.
no, first. Well, before you do that,
Drainac
before-
is going to say, "All right, that seems more than completely fair on both counts."
I'm going to point out a couple people and be like, "How about you guys go and get the replicator?" I'm going to turn to the inspector and be like, "I believe now that you have your stuff, would you mind escorting them back on your way back to your office?"
Oral will go. Sounds good. Come on, sweetie. And she'll follow along dutifully, and they'll go off. And it'll take about 30 minutes, to turn around, get the replicator, and bring it back.
So on the way, because I'm staying here, on the way is Oral gonna tell anybody they need to stay behind and talk to them?
Wait, what?
Well, I told Oral to go back with the group to the
Oral.
shuttle. Yeah.
Oril.
I told Oril to go back to the shuttle with the group. And I wanted somebody to stay there, but I couldn't say that when in front of Drainac. So I need to find a way to tell them somebody has to stay with Oril and his daughter and start working at the plant. Which it can't be Fish, because Fish is making this deal.
Yes.
Do the
How
double
do you?
eye blink to me, and I'll tell somebody else.
Harkin.
Harkin's still not very happy about this whole replicator thing situation.
What replicator situation?
About selling them schematics for pills.
I don't
Well,
actually know what
technically
they're
they did-
selling. I wasn't
What's-
part of that part of the conversation. But
Well, technically, I kind of.
How many Federation regulations are they breaking by promising an unknown race Federation technology? Replicator technology.
As
Well,
the
the
Ferengi
replicators were already
say,
a deal
enough
from
is never enough.
Federation.
Well, the replicators were part of the original deal.
That was part of the original deal.
that
way
was
back
the
in
whole original
Yeah.
deal.
That was the whole deal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
So that
don't
was-
think Harkin was filled in on that.
no, he was. He
As
Yeah,
far
that
as
was-
Definitely
That was
was.
core. That was core part of the whole thing.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was,
that's what we were told.
Remember,
Whether
Harkin
you
just
remember
came
that or
in.
not, no
You
way.
would have been briefed.
Yeah, that's the core part of the deal, dude.
the drug thing is separate, though.
Yes.
The drug.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Drug
the
thing is
thing.
entirely
completely.
off.
That's
Drugs are
completely off the
separate.
rails. That's legit.
However, we've been
off the
using
rails.
drugs this whole mini campaign, so you're gonna
Yeah. Well, not using them, selling them.
selling them by using in sales.
Using them as money.
Yeah, currency.
So yeah, but I'm gonna walk with them a little bit of the ways and tell Harkin, because he's our strategy guy, basically. Well, yeah, I'll just go back with them. I'll go back. So the people that I'm going to send back to get the replicators are going to be me, Fish, and Harkin.
No, not Fish. Fish is staying.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought I was
yeah.
gonna go get. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so me and
It would be Harkin and most likely Calvo because we need an
Yeah.
engineer too.
yeah, so me, Calvo, and Harkin, and Oril and his daughter. Going back.
Boril. Boril. Boril.
Boril. Okay. We'll go back to the shuttlecraft, and when we get to the shuttlecraft, I'm gonna tell Harkin, hey, stay here, work with Boril, and figure out how we're gonna get him off world, please. We'll come back and help out with that in a bit.
Harkin might be like, we have shuttlecraft for that.
Yes, but he can explain the situation to you. We
So
gotta
he
get back.
basically going to explain, we have to fake my and my daughter's deaths. Otherwise, the Orions, the Syndicate, will hunt us down, and we won't be safe, no matter where we are.
And if they hunt them down within Federation space, it's going to create an incident between the Orions and the Federation. So the brass would very much like to avoid that. So the Admiral has commissioned us to make sure that that doesn't happen. So help them start to figure out a way to get them off world in which, using the fake bodies, in which the Orions believe that they're dead. And Calvo and I will take this replicator back.
In terms of...
And Tynol's there, so you can also be talking to Tynol.
This is out of character. There are no transporters on shuttlecraft in this time period, correct?
There are not.
Which is
not.
super annoying, yeah.
At least not the one we have.
No.
Yeah.
That was pretty established. We got the hoopty of the shuttlecraft.
We're lucky we have a bathroom on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really haven't gone into detail about that.
There is one. There is one. Yeah. That's what was fitted with one.
All right, so yeah, Calvo and I will take the shuttlecraft, the
30 minutes
the
later.
thing back.
All right. Can I do a small unit tactics with my intelligence to see if I come up with some sort of plan?
What?
So basically, you're asking me to give you the plan.
That's right.
But he's got a roll for it, so
That's why I was asking if I could do a roll.
Well, you can do the roll, but the roll does not guarantee that I have an answer for you.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so small unit tactics plus intelligence. Okay, so I have to beat a 50.
So can I just have the
50.
plan again for this with the small unit tactics?
Nice.
Look at that. 18.
Nice.
All right. So
You come up with a
GM,
damn good plan.
As GM, I cannot spoon feed you the plan, but what I can tell you is that any good plan needs to incorporate a way in which they died quite publicly, in a way that's very easy to determine that yes, they died.
My plan is that they're going to be seen entering some sort of vehicle, and there is going to be a sewer system underneath said vehicle. They exit to the bottom, and the vehicle blows up.
Did you just watch Eraser?
Or literally every Mafia movie?
Or literally any other movie with some sort of extraction.
That's literally the part of the movie Eraser. I just...
So
it's not a
using
limo,
the dark water thing, I mean, we could still just use him or the persona to execute them publicly.
Well, I mean,
right,
that's coming up with who we blame, but we still have to make the actual killing happen.
Well, one thing you'll realize is that works if you have the bodies to work with.
I have a body and a severed head.
And there's the problem. You don't have a DNA match body for the daughter, so you would need something to leave in the vehicle. So,
if the fire is
well, that's why I was saying
great
if we go
enough
to the meetup point
in a certain area, it will destroy all of the DNA.
Or what you can also do, again, you'll be able to figure out, that if you take enough blood from her and leave it on whatever meat puppet you make, that could work as well.
And just a reminder, I'm not going to be here next week, so that's why I need to give you the idea for the plan now.
Oh no, you need me to give you the idea to give to the team.
I thought we were just gonna go to the meetup point dressed up as Darkwater, be like, we got the corpse of this guy, we got the severed head. We don't give them the severed head, but we show that she is theoretically dead. And we
that was the other plan.
I gave you the framework of the stereotypical movie extraction plan. So
yes. Now the thing is, you would need a vehicle for this.
I will not.
He's buying a vehicle right now.
No, I refuse. The second I heard vehicle, no one better suggest.
I knew what was about to happen the moment he said vehicle. I saw that.
And
The drugs,
Harkin will
all
just
the
be like,
drugs.
"Yep, we're commandeering the vehicle for this purpose."
I mean, or we could just go with the other plan that's just as valid and more.
Let Operation Green Streets begin.
Oh God.
That's the title of
never
next
been more
week's
tempted to ready my
episode.
phaser
You're
right
welcome.
now. Never been more tempted. I've been trying to get this car for like 5 sessions.
Well,
And
you'll
I
have
thought it wasn't gonna be,
gotten
and then,
it,
like,
but it just won't. Your possession of it won't be for very long.
Oh, goodness. Well, that's the plan you come up with.
That's plan
You're
B.
welcome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so you make it back to the to Drainax with the replicator. You're able to get it set up, and yeah, it works. So the schematic for infinite pills. So the first bottle comes out. Drainax takes it, opens it up, takes one, licks it, nods, puts it back in.
Out of character. This is just like a fish suing intelligence. If I set it to work for only a month, would they know the difference?
Not a chance. Not a chance.
They never said how long it had to work. They just said, "Can you do this?" And I said, "Yes."
You have the intelligence that you could bury that in there that they would never know.
Yeah, I'm just because if some ultimate bad situation where we get like stranded for multiple weeks before we can actually get back, a month.
Okay. That is very easily done.
See, I'm keeping it gray.
Yeah.
Gotta keep that karma in the middle zone.
Alright, so so you're gonna shake hands with Drainax. He's gonna yell at Idiot to polish the car with his splinted hands because there's no paid time off medical leave at this outfit.
I'm gonna
And
pop it when it get a chance.
alright, so you hop in.
I want to hear this baby purr.
Well, it doesn't purr
while you can.
so much. It kind of
It definitely makes noise.
it makes noise. It's functional. You've seen it work. You've seen it pull a sled. So
I
or a
hear
trailer.
Starts
go,
it up and Beastie Boys are playing.
and my hands are just kind of like gliding across like the really poor leather wheel, and I'm just like, it's perfect.
Sabotage starts playing.
Yep.
Yes, and you'll also get a set of instructions for disassembly for when you get back to the shuttle and want to pack
It's
it up.
beautiful.
Harkin
he-
will look at those instructions and be like,
Well, you're not there.
I have it. I'm
You're
going
not
to pocket
there.
it immediately.
Have it.
You're back at the shuttle making plans.
He also offered, if you don't want to do that, you could strap it to the top of the shuttlecraft. That would work too.
You know,
That
I
would
was
be
thinking
fine.
that exact same thing last time, but somebody didn't want that idea. I just kind of look off at the distance where everyone else went.
But it's your problem now. Congratulations, no returns.
It is after 11 o'clock.
It is after, and we
I'm just
didn't
gonna drive
finish.
off in the distance for a quick test run.
Okay. Well, let's do that roll. I need a roll from you for that. Then.
To see if it doesn't immediately explode or something.
You have a 0 in vehicle operation.
Well, I
Very
mean,
nice.
I feel like everyone has to learn how to. Oh, okay, that's fair.
Okay, so God, do you have?
Can I use luck? Can I use luck for once? It's an
No.
open blank field.
For one,
Most
Intelligence?
likely be
I don't know if you
dexterity
can-
and
Intelligence.
something.
Intelligence or luck?
no, dude. For once, you use luck all the time.
Okay,
I've never used it. I've like
All
said
right.
I would use
Oh,
it.
that's
but I've
not
never
Alright.
true. That's not
you
true.
have a 10 in shuttlecraft pilot. So all what you do is do the average of your dexterity and your shuttlecraft pilot with a negative of 15.
But this is my question. I'm not driving it in a strenuous situation. I'm just driving it. And a base of 10 allows me to drive it.
You're trying to drive it in downtown in a city.
Oh, I thought we were like still out in the desert.
No,
that different?
Brainax warehouse is in the city.
Oh, okay, different area. Sorry. Okay.
Hence
Okay,
the
I
no
might as well just
parking
steal this. Okay.
somehow.
No shuttle parking.
That's why I thought it's like, oh, we gotta go so far for shuttle parking. I always assumed it was in the desert.
No.
That's like if we went to Boston today and just found places for stagecoaches and nothing else.
So what do I roll?
Ridiculous.
Okay. Well, what is the average of your deck?
Dexterity.
Think you've hit
53.
53 plus 10
10.
divided by 2 minus 15.
53
So
Be
63
like
divided by
19, I think.
divided by 2.
No.
I have a 17. I have a 17.
2. Okay.
And
Ooh.
just
Uh,
like I hit like reverse, back up through a wall. I got it. I just switch gears.
It's a stick shift, and he doesn't get his turn.
yes. So you're not actually even able to get it moving.
I'm sorry. My butler usually would drive me. Can someone?
Chauffeur. You mean chauffeur?
No, it was a butler.
Oh, well, that explains
I
it
only
then.
had one butler.
Uh, I don't think anyone in this party has a single rank in vehicle operation.
Can I just keep trying to make it work? And just go by like
Oh wait, Chris, you have a 20 in vehicle operation.
That's amazing.
Wheel on the bus.
But I just bought this car.
All right, I'll get you one more shot to do something, and then we're gonna call it, because it is past 11.
You know, that's fine. We can call it here. That's what he was gonna say.
Okay.
Before he begrudgingly slides into the passenger seat.
Well, Chris isn't there.
Oh,
No,
that's true.
yeah, he is.
Oh right, he came back. Didn't
Yeah, we
Oh,
brought
it's
back
just
the
Harkin.
replicator.
he? Just Harkin that stayed. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
And
Tynol.
title. And title. So, and yes, Chris, you would be aware that you are
Our leader
capable
that
of
hasn't been in
operating.
charge since the
All right.
second session.
You
He's a little too laissez-faire for leadership there. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Ah,
So-
you got this."
This is going to impact his
you-
officer training.
well, that'll be picked up next time. You will need to do a roll to see if you can figure out a stick shift. But
Oh.
yes.
Calvo, you are officially been promoted to my personal chauffeur.
Calvo says, I remember those ancient movies called The Fast and the Furious.
Wasn't there like 30 of those? Or was that...
Yeah, and they remade them all.
Yeah, they
Oh,
they-
the remakes. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
With the
Furious?
Klingons. The
Or
They
Need
Klingons.
for
almost-
Speed.
they almost stopped at number 27 when Vin Diesel died, but then they made him they resurrected him.
CGI item. I hear they CGI
No,
item
they
into
they,
it.
they, they
Hologram.
just made him into an animatronic, so he never.
They stole my technology, those jerks.
Dang them.
Yeah. Fast,
Okay.
and Fast and the Furious 57 is just a holodeck program that you can enter.
We'll make
Pretty
it
much.
58.
Okay. I think that's enough nonsense for
All
one
right.
night, and we still didn't
Cool.
finish. We better finish this next.
We're so
I'm
telling
close.
ya. We are
I
close.
think.
We are.
Or
Close.
very far away.
All right. So,
I was gonna make this a rescue operation where you had to go find the daughter, but I realized that would have taken way too long.
Oh, God.
Still, that was the original plan. I was like, no, no.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. This is Rabbit Haberdashery. We are a group of gamers, and we do a bunch of these types of things. The next planned show won't be on Tuesday because that would normally be when I would do a review. But Tripper is doing a review next week, and he's going to be doing it on possibly Saturday of next week. So you can join us on Discord. The link is in chat. It's showing on the screen over there. You can go ahead and join us there to hang out and chat and get all kinds of information and find out about games and events that we're doing that you may be able to join in on. Don't forget, we do raise money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals, so use that link to go to our team page and donate. And I don't know if anyone else has anything else they want to pitch at this time or remind people of, other than subscribing to the channel or joining the Patreon or Coffee to support the channel and help us do more cool stuff. Anyone else have anything they want to add or say or anything? All right, awesome. Well, thank you very much. Have a good night.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and
Good
prosper.
night.